my name is Vanessa and I will be doing my cultural presentation today. So I am Filipino American. Both of my parents emigrated to the United States when they were teenagers. My mom is a stay-at-home mom and my dad runs a business in IT consulting. So they do believe in the traditional values that the father should be the breadwinner in the family. I'm a first-generation college student, and I would visit the Philippines a lot to see family and be around the beautiful beaches. And here are pictures of when I went to the Philippines. So in terms of my personal experiences, I was raised Catholic with traditional values. Growing up, I would attend catechism classes over the weekend, and I would attend church often. My mother never taught me how to use tampons or discuss safe sex options. It was out of the norm to even have that discussion. I began to understand that Filipinos were more conservative in a sense that even if it was like 100 degrees, people would still wear layers of clothes. A lot of people would not show much skin because it was just part of their culture. So, however, they're very LGBT friendly, one of the more friendly nations, and they believe in acceptance. So, I would have to avoid shorts, mini skirts, tube tops, as if I would walk around and wear that over there, then people would stare at me. So how was my sexuality shaped? From grade school to high school, my parents were very strict and did not allow me to date. The idea of having sex was very wrong in their eyes, and I had to ideally wait till marriage. And even if I was watching movies and there were sex scenes, like I was advised to close my eyes. I never had a detailed talk about sex, but I remember learning it vaguely in elementary school, but they wouldn't really talk much about resources and stuff like date rape and even basic advice. They wouldn't really give much. It was pretty vague, or talk about birth control. So how did my view on human sexuality change since then? So I was able to open up to my parents more when I turned into a college student. They seen that I was becoming an adult and I was able to make my own choices, and also in terms of like having my own religion that I wanted to practice, and they did not prevent me from having sex anymore, but encouraged me to get on birth control. So it was great that you didn't have to like hide it from them. And I'm also glad that I was able to take human sexuality as a course in college, because I was able to learn more about like STD risks, and also about like the power wheel that we talked about, that talked about healthy relationships. So it definitely like keeps in mind like things that I would talk about in the future with my children. And thanks for listening. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask me.